so excited. Oh, they just put up fashion photo review.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are live on YouTube.
Housewives of Atlanta coming up.
Oh, Real Housewives. The reunion. Did you see the reunion?
It's
looks.
Isn't it? Yeah, I saw the looks.
So you think was best dress?
You're in the YouTube page right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I turn it down?
Yeah, you should.
Is it on Facebook too?
No, just on YouTube.
Just on YouTube. Turn it. We do our. This is us right now.
No, we can't share that, right?
We can. We can share it on our Facebook.
Oh, show me how to do that.
Well, you have the YouTube app? Okay.
Yeah.
So Ballroom Throwbacks. I don't know if you follow Ballroom Throwbacks.
There's people watching you guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hi guys.
Hello, Sean Dre.
They said Richmond VA in the house.
Hey,
what's up? Wait. Hello, Sean. What you mean Richmond VA in the house? What about 757? I just realized that. Thank you for bringing it to my attention.
You got Richmond on the couch.
You got
757.
You got Portsmouth on the couch. Hold on, who was that who said it about Virginia? Why is Ron planning to say like? Oh,
so how do you show me how to share?
You could share it that way.
They said yes, Virginia boys.
Who said?
Okay, you guys need to talk.
Oh, what's up? Sorry,
Sorry guys, he's showing me how to be more tech savvy.
Facebook. There you go. Here you can post it. Wait, who said something about 757? Oh, no worries, 757 here, Suffolk. Oh, I was born in Suffolk. Okay. What were you just talking about? We was talking about the reunion.
The reunion of Housewives.
Okay, and you watched it, right?
Yeah. Well, it hasn't come out yet.
Oh, it hasn't come out, but you've seen it.
But I saw the photos, and I think that we all know.
Totally right, Jason. They are. They got 3 more minutes, otherwise their cutoff show will be canceled.
Okay.
Y'all are too distracted.
We were just trying to get set up.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so you saw the outfits. Who would you like the best?
Eva, of course. I mean, Eva, hands down. She
shut
it down.
Do you feel like
cut blue dress?
Do you feel like she did that because they already called her plain, and she felt like she had something to prove?
You know, I just feel like she had to step back into her. I think a lot of people have been sleeping on her, so she just had to remind the people of what she's capable of doing.
Gotcha.
I think she was hands down the best dressed.
So who else looked good? Because I feel like everybody had on like simple outfits, and I feel like Candy wore the same outfit the last 3 years. Or she wears the same. People say she wore the same, I guess, color, that champagne color.
You know, honestly, I didn't pay attention to anybody else. The only picture I saw was her and Cynthia.
Oh, okay, they was together, right? Got you.
And she sat over Cynthia.
and the thing is, I think it's important for them to remind her because she started on Top Model in 2004, I want to say. So she's been doing this for like almost 20 years, and she's like in her early 30s. So I feel like people don't remember that because that's Top Model came out so long ago, and people don't watch it anymore. So I felt like they had to get reminded of.
She was on there a while ago.
Who she is, like as far as like fashion and stuff like that.
And then she has like kids and a family. And
do you see Portia had her baby?
Did she?
Yeah, she had a baby like yesterday, today or something. And she named the baby Pilar.
She named the baby Pilar.
Well, initially she called the baby PJ, so everybody thought it was gonna be Portia Williams Jr.
I thought you said Pixar, like the cartoon.
No, Pilar, Pilar, like Pilar. I think it's somebody who's married to a football player named Pilar or something. Pilar.
So guys, we can cut to it because you guys are like So guys, you're both. Tell them a little bit about yourself for those that know. Where are you guys from?
Virginia. I thought we just
VA. So
for the people that do not know you guys.
You go ahead.
So for the people who do not know, my name is Haven. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. And then we have Ryan.
I'm Ryan. I am from the 757, which is the Hampton Roads, which is Portsmouth.
Which is right up the street from Richmond.
Right, but it's always this situation with Richmond and 757.
You know, it's always been
I actually saw this week people fussing about.
It's always been a situation in
like uptown versus downtown.
Yeah, but the people always came from 757 to party in Richmond.
So the people never came from Richmond to party in 757?
Not that I know of.
So they haven't been to Nutty Buddies, the Garage, the Wave, Voodoo Lounge.
It's been so long ago.
But you know what I'm talking about though.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, so you see, Ryan, you seem like you're still very in tune with Virginia, but Chris, you seem like you're very
above it.
Not attached.
I wouldn't say that.
What's the difference of living in New York City, where you both migrated to, and Virginia?
Definitely faster pace. Well, I really can't speak on 757, but I know Richmond's perspective, everything's a lot slower. I haven't been home in a while. I'm actually going soon. But you know, New York's always the move, I guess, for East Coast people who live more south.
So why do you feel like New York out of other 40 whatever states?
Why did you both move to New York?
Well, why'd you move to New York, Brian?
Okay, so I left Virginia in 2012, and then I went to DC to work in 2014, and then I went to New York. I just felt like I had learned, I had grew as an adult in DC. I learned how to pay rent and have a job and blah 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 blah.
You learned to pay rent?
Yeah, because you don't do that. I didn't have my own place in Virginia, but I left when I was 22 also. So
okay.
And I left literally right out of college. Like I literally graduated May. June, I moved to DC, but I think I moved to New York because it was just the next place to go as far as like big cities. Like I moved to DC, I conquered that, so I just felt like New York was the best place to go. The next place.
Yeah, I mean, I think being from Richmond and wanting bigger things for myself. You know, I always saw New York City in like movies, and you know, you see all the lights in the city, and
that word products always get you.
And you know, you're like, I want to move there someday. So like. One day I walked into the job that I was at, and I literally turned in my badge and I was like, I'm done, I'm over it. I packed up my car and I drove to New York, and I never turned back. And I mean, I've been in New York 3 years now, 2.5, 3 years now.
Did you have like a job when you got there, or you just came there and started looking around and like?
No, I mean, everything was kind of already preset for me, but I think definitely in New York you have to have the mentality to always want to go. You can't have the mentality of like, you know, things are just gonna come to me, and I'm gonna vibe and figure it out.
Right.
You got to be ready, because New York will eat you up.
You have to be ready,
right.
And you know, ain't no wood around me, but I'm glad that I haven't experienced.
Not gonna love that.
So what's the difference between the men in Virginia and the men in New York?
What men in Virginia?
Okay.
Well, tell us about some of your experience. Tell me some of your experience. Get out. Tell me some of your experiences with men in Virginia and your the men in New York.
Why you make me open the file cabinet?
Well, I was in a relationship for most of the time I was in Virginia, so that was from like 09 to kind of me leaving out of Virginia. So I don't know, because I was with one person for about 4 years.
So how was that relationship?
A lot. You know, it's first relationship, first time you in love, and it was a lot. I was real sad, and it was a lot of stuff. That's why I had to literally be in a relationship and trying to get out of it would make you have to physically pack your bags and leave. That's the real reason. That's the real reason why I left Virginia, because I couldn't get over a relationship.
Okay, now let's get to the nitty gritty if we're going to do this. So, first
you know what,
relationship.
same thing.
Yeah, we'll get to you. Tell us about that. First relationship, how old were you? How did you get into it? Tell us about that.
Oh, I was like 19, and I saw them in the club, and I was like, I like them, and that's what that was. And then it was like a summer thing, and then we started living together, and it was just they shifted weight, or what people know as a drug dealer. So it was just a lot.
But how much older were they than you?
Probably about 10 years. I was about 19. It was probably about 29. Yeah, about 10 years.
Okay, so 19 years old, first relationship, and you're dating a drug dealer. How was that experience for you?
Traumatic. Like, well, traumatic. Looking back on it, you know, you're living with this person, and then, you know, it gets to the point where you have to, like, you're hiding drugs on you now because you're with them all the time. So now you're going into clubs, you got drugs on you. It was people knocking on your door at 8 o'clock.
So you were a trap queen.
Is that what that's called? Is that the terminology for it?
He was a stay-at-home trap queen.
You was his busted baby.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, the thing is, I was in college and I had a job too, so I don't know about a stay-at-home trap thing, but yeah, I guess that's what it was. So you said you left Virginia to get away from a relationship.
But the thing with me is I've always been in like long-term relationships. Mm-hmm. I think with me being so young, and
long-term relationships.
Yeah, like I mean, from a 3 year to a 4 year to another almost 3 year. Like when I was younger, I never really spent time alone because I wasn't really as close to my family. So I guess younger, you were trying to like fill that void of kind of like being with someone,
Right.
you know. So it was a point in life where I was like moving all around, and I really wasn't secure in like where I was.
Gotcha.
And I think the last relationship I had was almost 3 years in Richmond. And, you know, we did the thing that couples do. You know, you each have a car, you share an apartment, you pay bills. And I think a wake-up call for me was this person wanted to, after being with them for almost 3 years,
Cheated on you.
They started off with wanting to live separately. So you've already, like, lived together. And he's like, oh, you know, and it was his first apartment, I guess, outside of like where he was living. So, you know, I'm very understanding, and I'm very like, okay, well, if you feel that this is what's going to make the relationship better, you know, hey, let's try it. So I moved downtown, and we were living separately, and it basically happened. That basically happened.
But let me say this though, because I had a conversation this week or last week with a person about living separately. Like I had a coworker when I worked in DC, and she's like maybe in her 40s or something, and she has a boyfriend that she's been with probably like 15 years, and they live in separate houses. I think having that independence is...
Hold on, guys. We have a FaceTime call from one of our viewers. They have questions for you guys. Because they say, yeah. Go ahead, shoot.
When's the last time you swallowed?
What's on what?
Huh?
The last time you swallowed?
The last time I swallowed.
The last time I swallowed, I think I was drunk. It might have been like 2 months ago.
Did you see Ryan's face?
You was drunk because you swallowed, but you remember that you swallowed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't drunk. Well, I didn't remember. But, you know, it was one of those nights.
How did it taste?
Salty.
This had to be like last year sometime. It's been
Last year.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you what?
Was it a random or somebody that you know? Somebody you know?
I don't even remember like doing it, honestly. This might have been... No, it was last year. But this might have been like the top of the year. Because I don't... Yeah. No, it wasn't random, but it was like a person that I would see here and there, yeah.
Oh, it was one of those. I think mine was the same kind of...
Here and there kind of person, you know. The people that are here and there, to me, I call them club dates, because you know some people that only go with you when they're in the club, and then when you leave the club, you never...
Y'all don't know each other after.
Y'all don't know, you know what I mean?
Well, so boom. The club is, you're at the club is letting out or whatever. How do you pick that person that you're going home with from the club?
It's like an energy you already feel, because you've kind of been in the club.
You started in the club, so like the prerequisite is in the club.
So like your hole's like a Venus flytrap. It's like opening it up, and it's like, okay.
Do you get in the shower when you go home, or do you like just...
Yeah, so give me the whole setup. Okay, so you see him at the club.
Well, I shower. I don't care if I'm drunk or not.
No.
Well, you shower before you get to the club.
No.
You mean like in between. You gotta be prepared for the whole night. It might be a long night, so you need to be preparing for between.
But after all that dancing and walking around, your balls all sweaty.
Nah, I get in the shower.
But people like it a little tart though. So.
Okay, so give it. Okay, so y'all get in the cab, Uber, whatever, car, and then what's the drive like to the house? Is it quiet? Are y'all talking?
Well, they never ride in the car with me unless they drove. If I took a car.
All right, so what's that you meet him? He's like, yo, I got my own car.
We get in your car.
Okay, so what's going on in the way? Are you giving him a little preview of what's to come, or?
Oh no, we wait until we get to the house.
A preview? We already in the car. Like I can't go back home now. I'm already in the car with you. We gonna get a preview when we get to your house.
So what about while you're driving? He's like, give me a little top while I'm driving.
Well, I mean, I'm already drunk, so I'm not trying to die in a car.
I had a weird thought about that like last week about that. I don't know why about that, because I was like, could I drive a car if somebody's giving me head? I feel like I would get in an accident or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too scared.
Like you would be like, you would get in an accident. So yeah, I don't know about all that. Wait, so you never did that? You've never given or had head while you were driving a car? Okay.
No.
Okay, so you get to the house, then what happens?
This is the scariest thing in the world to me.
It is.
Now you get to the house.
Well, like I said, I got to shower first because I'm not climbing nobody's bed and.
But do you always do that though? Because I feel like
I always do that.
So if I never really, so this is our first time, and we're going back to my house. So you gonna tell me, oh, I'm gonna get in the shower?
My thing is, like you said, it's somebody that you know, and this, that, and the third. I'm not gonna bring somebody to my house that I don't know and go take a shower. I'm not leaving you in the house with my shit. I mean, I'm not.
So
I'm not
you feel
doing
like
that.
you trust the person enough to cut up.
So you
Yeah,
bring
which-
some,
yeah,
so
'cause
you
I've
bring
been
somebody
around-
to your house. Do you
I've been
hide your
around-
money? What do you do? Do you hide your wallet? What do you do?
No, I don't feel the need to hide anything because I've been around this person.
No, but you just
multiple
met.
times.
No, but this is you're contradicting yourself.
Are you asking me if I just met someone or
Yes, if
someone
you
I've
just
already-
met someone at the club and you're going,
No, if I just met somebody, they're not coming to my house. I'm going to their house, and then I'm.
well, we don't got a house.
Well, then we ain't going nowhere.
Okay, go on.
I feel like you blocked your own blessing by doing that though.
Hell, what was
Carrie Larry said, it's true. I've been cheated on most of my life, and one of them was a thief and stole from me.
I got stolen.
They said,
from-
yeah, shower first, before and after the club.
But how do you do that
Right.
when you go to somebody's house? Say, "Oh, I'm about to get in the shower," or do you say, "Oh, I got to use the bathroom"?
I gotta use the bathroom.
Oh, so that's what you okay?
Or you can mix it up. How about
I'm
mixing?
not gonna say. Oh,
How about
I'm
mixing
gonna
up?
shower.
How about mixing it up with? I have to freshen up.
No, that's
Because it's
sweet.
too obvious.
That's-
Then it's like, okay, he ain't fresh, but now he about to freshen
And then you know
himself.
that kind of kills the vibe too. Like if you already
What
got
if you
something
say-
going on in your head,
Right.
Okay, but what
like,
if you want
oh,
them to
yeah.
take a shower? Do you say, hey, do you want to take a shower?
But I don't. Why would I want to take a shower if I don't know what they've already pre-planned for me though?
What does
But
that
I've been
mean?
set up like that before too. So.
What does that mean? So explain it
Just
to
set
me.
up like
Because you want to think the best about people that they've cleaned or whatever. Because you know they getting drunk and they spread them wide open, and it's like obviously I'm gonna be the one who realizes whatever's happening about to happen. So it's like why wouldn't you? But I'd be giving people the benefit of the doubt, and that's just dumb. Like I literally like
I don't know. I'm not getting in the shower with you. We're not getting it because I got things that I need to do. So
What, like
probably.
like I gotta be clean. I don't know what's about to go down. I don't know what's gonna happen. So it's me time.
So, okay, so what's the cleaning process without taking long? Like, what do you do to make sure you get it
Because
done?
some people say you gotta do like 2 hours. Of like, can you get
2
ready?
hours.
Like to prep and I don't know because I don't.
That's a long time.
But I'm saying
They didn't left with your whole house.
They sleep.
They don't. They didn't left with your whole house by then.
I just feel like you need to prep before you get to the club, just in case you do something after the club. Because what I'm about to wait 2 hours. How you gonna
That's
get your-
smart. You prep before the club, so then that way after the club,
It
when
could
you
be a
shower,
half
it's
prep.
it's real quick, like squeeze.
Because you
in and
can't be
out.
in the bathroom for 45
You
minutes.
know, just a quick in out, and then I would say the most about 8-10 minutes, 10 minutes max.
And you know you're good.
Okay, so this is the
Yeah,
biggest
'cause you
question.
prepare before
So this
the
is the
club.
biggest thing. After y'all do what y'all do they stay or go home?
Oh, I don't know. That's hard because
It
sometimes,
depends on what-
sometimes I want to be held.
Somebody just
You might have to stay the night, and you go home in the morning.
So what makes you want them to hold you? What did they have to do? Like, if it was really good, do you want them to hold you afterwards?
I don't know. I think it's because like if you're single and you're
Yeah.
always home by yourself, like
Yeah.
I'm always home by myself when I am home. So if we had a good vibe and then like we had great chemistry and stuff, yeah, I'm fine. Stay the night.
So what do you
Leave it
do
alone.
if he fucked the shit out of you and it was awesome, you loved it, and then you like, oh okay, you want him to stay? He's like, nah, I'm good, I'm going home. How do you feel?
Bye.
you only can respect that.
What you mean? I got shit I gotta do too. Bye.
I know, but you just wanted him to stay, to hold you.
Oh, okay.
Like, hold yourself out on other nights you holding
Right,
yourself.
I'm
Like,
not.
I mean,
I don't get. To me, that's kind of like it's welcomed and unwelcomed energy. So hey, that don't make me feel no type of way.
Now, what if everything went great, right? And he gives you the number. Who should make the? Who do you text him first, or are you waiting for his text?
Text him first.
we don't do no texting first.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Now, what if he feels the same way?
That's why everybody's single. That's why all these butch queens single because nobody wanted to text somebody
Then we not
first.
talking then.
But why do you feel like you have that much power where you can be like, well,
It's not a power thing, but if I've
ego
already
thing.
not even an ego thing, but if I've already invited you into my space and into my home, I already made the first move by accommodating whatever the hell we had going on. So I feel that you should make the second by texting me the next day or 2 days after that.
What if he feels the same way?
Well, then we're not talking.
Okay,
I-
someone
you-
asked.
You got
Did
me.
you guys
He,
move to-
so
he
next
said he
subject- next
got me.
subject.
He got me. answering
Somebody
my stuff.
asked, did you guys move to New York City for love or financial success?
Never for love. I never
financial
moved for love.
success? Oof, I haven't got there yet. But
Wait, what financial success?
New York is hard. It takes years to figure it out. I've been in New York 5 years, and I still am in the process of figuring it out. Like,
What are some of the hard things living in New York for you?
whew. And the rent's so fucking high. Well, I don't think they're getting any of this.
Hold on, guys. It cut off.
Oh no. Yeah, because of my thing.
Go ahead. We back, guys?
It's in my
We back. Go ahead.
Backing it up. On the queen of talking getting them out.
Sorry, guys. We're back. Oh, you guys came right back on. You're great. Now, so living in New York.
You know what?
The rent is high as fuck. Like, when I lived in DC, I could just throw a band down and have an apartment. Here, they want first, last, security, broker. I'm like, you really need about $5,000 to just move.
And it's so crazy because one of my close friends actually just moved back home to Texas because what he was paying to have a room in New York City, now he has a whole apartment in Dallas. It's insane, like, how the money's different.
But that's everywhere you go. But you can't get the New York experience in a different state, though.
Yeah.
So
But you know what I will not take from New York? It can be hard to live there. It can be, you know, especially like whatever your profession is or may be. I believe if you can live in New York, you can live anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I believe that too.
You know, because it teaches you to be fast paced with everything. So anywhere else you go is going to be slower.
Well, how are you affected? Because I've known you for a long time. I know fast pace was never good for you.
No, it wasn't. I can say the first 6 or 7 months I lived in New York, I was very culture shocked. Because, you know, being from Richmond, I was used to, like, driving everywhere. And, like, I go to New York to get on trains and people walking all on top of me. And, like, you could just imagine me. I'm like, you know, I'm like, hey, good morning. Like, I like to speak to people. People rude as hell. They don't talk to you anymore. So it takes you a while to, like, acclimate to, like, the space and how everything moves. But sometimes when I tell people when I meet them, oh, you know, I'm from Virginia, they're like, what? I thought you were from New York. You kind of like, your body kind of like teaches itself to kind of move with the wave of New York.
Who are your fashion idols? Those who know you guys are into different type of fashions and stuff. Who are your fashion idols? Like, what would you call, if you had to name your style, what would you call it?
Oh.
Gender non-conforming. It's really like 2019 drag with me, honestly, though. I feel like
2019 drag.
Yeah, I feel like it's a new updated version of drag with me, like, because I could look one way, then look a whole nother way a fucking second later.
What do people expect from you? Like, do you think a lot of people judge you by your look?
Of course, they've been judging me how I look since I was comfortable with being myself. And that's a whole nother thing too. That's like,
It's not frozen down here. Know what you said?
oh, we back. Yeah, we back. What was I saying? Guys? Something about gender non-conforming.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna talk about like the prejudice that you receive like within an already, you know, group that's the minority. But that's another conversation about that. You go.
Wait, Carrie, I was sad, but I'm true. I was raped by a man in Jersey. He was locked up for 3 years and tell me afterwards he had a crush on me. I'm confused. I was molested at 11 and 12 years old, so I know what that can be like.
I'm trying to find the comments.
What are you laughing at?
Just swipe up.
Oh, no. What do I put to see the comments, guys? Okay, I'm checking publicly.
Who's your fashion idol, Chris?
I don't think I necessarily have a fashion idol. I just like to, I don't know, I like different artistic structures and intricate patterns and stuff. I would say one of my favorite designers out right now would be Oliver from Balmain. I really love like what he's done with like with it being such a new and like fresh face and like fresh brand. Some people think that it's like repetitive, but I really like his vision and the beating and it's really, really intricate.
But it was a situation like with his last, like not the last line, but the line before that, where like,
Was it the copying?
Right, Terry McGlare called him out for copying basically the whole collection.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can, agree with his
But I
vision.
mean, you gotta think that's what fashion is too. I mean, everyone copies everything. They might put their own spin on it sometimes, but
Oh, he won't put no spins on that stuff.
John Doe said,
John Doe, what?
how much nut did you eat, Haven? That's what he asked.
oh, we're going back to that.
He said, how much nut did you eat?
Oh, see that comment?
Oh, I see it right there, and that's in capital letters too.
Okay, John Doe.
To be honest, I don't remember, but it's not something that I do often.
Did it fill your tummy up?
I don't know.
They just asked you, Team Nicki or Cardi?
Cardi.
Team Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh,
How about that? Y'all don't like Megan Thee Stallion? What is these comments at? Oh, there.
okay, so talk about Team Nicki or Cardi, the usual freaking question.
Well, I'm gonna have to say Cardi, because I've actually worked with her. And you know, I actually know people that have worked like for Nicki and her team and stuff, and I just think she has really bad energy. And I'm not saying that I like her music and stuff, but I think that she has a really bad character and really bad energy from the people that I've heard that she's worked with.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are Team Cardi, honestly. She's an entertainer. She's showing that you don't have to be the best rapper to be as big as an entertainer she is. Everyone loves her success story. She's the perfect example of not, you don't, a lot of times you don't buy into the product, you're buying into the person. And she's the situation where we don't necessarily buy, we're buying the product too, but we're just buying into her because she has such a beautiful personality. Like, we don't care that she don't write her raps or whatever, or it ain't the best rap. She's infectious and everybody loves her. Like,
So what about Megan Thee Stallion?
She's like the new girl that everybody's saying, like, it's like the new, because everybody wants to know now. They've already said Cardi's the next whatever, so now who's after Cardi? I'm just like, y'all be so fast of who is the next queen of rap. I can't, like, I really can't.
So name your five female rappers of all time.
Before I say that, let me say this. I don't think the next person is Megan Thee Stallion. I think the next person is somebody who's already been in the game, who's going to come back and reign, and I think that's Iggy Azalea. Like that.
Yeah,
Susan Walker, whatever.
She's stunning too,
and her body looks amazing.
Really good.
Like, really, I think she's going to come back and rule.
Actually, Sean actually had me. I don't know what the name of the song.
What's it called?
Little Susie Walker.
Susie Walker, I think it's called that.
But you know who I do think should have a spot, who does not, and I think she's so underrated, is Cash Doll.
I like Cash Doll.
I like Cash Doll a lot. Like, she can rap, she writes her own stuff.
8 Dolls just went through my head. Okay, Cash Doll, that one.
Yeah, you got that little bitch Dream Doll. You got.
Baby, I went through a lot of dolls just then. Cash Doll. Nah, it's a rap for her.
How many of the dolls? There's Dream Doll, Cash Doll,
Cuban Doll,
Asian Doll.
I don't love it. I like Asian Doll. She had a song called Tall.
Well, why's her name Asian Doll?
Because she don't look a fucking date of Asian to me. Do you feel like that's a cultural appropriation? Like calling yourself Asian Doll and...
Because she's black, right?
Apparently. Obviously.
Asian Doll. I really would want, out of curiosity, want to know what that name means.
What if Iggy called herself Black Doll?
Then it would be a situation, a controversy.
So why is not the issue with Asian Doll being Asian Doll?
Well, maybe she's an Asian doll.
No.
What that mean? That's that same situation with Foxy.
But I think that's why Nicki feels like all them bitches are her sons.
We heard. We know. She said every song.
She said it every rap.
We get it.
But that's her go-to because she really feels that way.
I feel like Iggy is about to come back. I feel like she was the first person who really gave Nicki a run for her money because she had the song Fancy.
Mm-hmm. Did Nicki ever pay her any attention?
Honestly. Yeah, she was at the BET Awards. I write my own raps. Just was giving it to Iggy, but Iggy ain't got no problems though. Iggy was scared to death, obviously. But that Fancy song was #1, so it was a situation where.
What about Azalea Banks? You like Azalea Banks?
She's
canceled. She canceled.
She's insane.
She's a nut, but she's very talented. She's
but
her character holds her back from that, of what she can accomplish.
Rico Nasty, who's on the come up? Who's that?
She okay.
Rico Nasty?
She alright, yeah.
Rico.
What about Nia Lee? Wait, Nia Lee from like Love and Hip Hop? Not too much.
Who?
Nia Lee.
The fuck is that? Who said that? Nia Lee.
They said, Haven, would you let a femme queen slay you and eat her nut?
No.
You two guys are beautiful, and the guy with the long hair looks so much like a young Barry White.
Ooh, not Barry White.
Have you heard that before? Yes, Barry. I've heard everything else under the sun.
What about Doja Cat?
That's the song she had with Rico Nasty. It's called Tia and Tamara. It's okay. That's it.
Azalea ended her own career. Love you guys.
Oh, top five MCs.
They said, why these two? Y'all boring as fuck.
Oh, shit.
Well, tell us what we should talk about.
They warming up, guys. Give them a chance, guys.
All right, guys. You don't like me, guys?
This is the most beautiful view on YouTube.
Okay.
Top five, I think I would say Queen Latifah, Missy Elliott, Lil Kim, of course.
Are you being politically correct by saying Queen Latifah?
Who else?
What's wrong? What? You said, bitch, name 3 Queen Latifah.
You know what?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You know what? I don't want.
You know what? I gotta be Ryan. No, let's do it. But name 3 Queen Latifah songs right now.
Without saying you and I Ty.
Yeah. Name 3 Queen Latifah songs.
That's the only song that I like by her.
So how can you say?
Well, I mean, because I think if you've been doing something for so long, regardless if the people know it or not, then you should acknowledge that.
Are you saying it's like her as a
people,
person?
Some people, yeah, I feel like some people don't do that, and I mean, it may be biased, and I might catch backlash for this, but I'm really not a fan of Lauryn Hill.
They said, Haven, what's your OnlyFans page? I'll pay top dollar to see you eat nothing and get slayed.
I don't have OnlyFans.
How much would you pay a month for that?
I don't have OnlyFans. Sorry.
Rod Digger.
I like Rod Digger. My top 5 got
Eve.
My top 5 got to be Eve, Kim. I'll put Nicki in there.
How can you not put Foxy though? Honestly,
I don't like Foxy.
You don't like her?
She didn't do enough to me in the rap game to be.
She used to be back in
Didn't
the
they
day.
say that was like Kim?
They say you look like Ashford Simpson.
I heard that before.
What do y'all think about Mariah Lynn?
Oh, she be trying it. She over there still in love with Rich Dollars. Get out of here. I like that on my whole song, but she don't have no music after that.
Yo.
You know, for the longest time, I
Hell
thought she
no.
John Doe, you wildin'. How often do you go raw, Haven?
I'm not answering anymore.
Whenever it feels right, like we all do. Oh, you want to know what I want to talk about? You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about. I just saw something on Twitter. They said the 7th person, speaking of Raw, the 7th person who's contacted HIV that was on PrEP. What is that about?
Well, what are the circumstances? I'm not familiar with the story.
So 7 people who've been on PrEP for 5 years, whatever, how many years, they contacted HIV while taking PrEP. And this is the 7th person this happened to. And they keep saying, it's 99%, you know, it's that 1%. And I'm just like,
Well, let me ask you a question. If you're taking this PrEP stuff, right, do you still feel like you're I mean, okay, yes, I get it. They tell you the PrEP that's supposed to protect you from HIV. Okay, boom, whatever. But do you feel that just because you're taking a PrEP, you should still be out here just fuck it?
Absolutely not.
I mean, because it's only protecting you from HIV. There's so many other things. So when you tell me that someone contracted it still, I mean,
yeah.
But the thing about it is, I get that, because, you know, you can still get STDs and stuff like that. But the thing about it is, I'm taking this so I won't get HIV, and I got HIV. So
have you took PrEP before?
For a season, I took it.
What did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you feel about it?
I think it's best to take it when you're in a relationship. Honestly,
yeah.
I think that's the best time to take it. I wouldn't take it if I was. Well, I don't take it now because I'm single.
Somebody said PrEP can cause false negatives. You can catch HIV, and it takes longer to detect because people don't take PrEP consistently.
Oh. You know what? I've always been one of those people that I'm not gonna take something that just to take it, or you know, things that are provided by like the government. And I'm not gonna put something in my body that says, oh, it's gonna do this. It's gonna. If my body's been fine, I'm not into all that raw sex stuff.
Somebody said PrEP gave them side effects, so they stopped. What side effects did they give you?
Throw up, and it makes you like nauseous.
He said girl body. These girls always say they on PrEP, and I say, where's the condom? PrEP does not help, and people.
Right, how the fuck you know if they really on PrEP or not? I be saying it on the websites all the time. I'm on PrEP. Nigga, I don't know that.
The point is to protect yourself no matter what.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't protect yourself, the trust needs to be within yourself. You can't blame anybody else.
And these STDs are crazy now, so I mean...
It said, damn, you two are sexy. So in the moment, have you ever had unprotected sex and then afterwards immediately regretted it? Like, what did you doing? Because you was hot in the moment, or
all
whatever.
The time, we always do. We always
speak for yourself.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
The last time that I can remember that I had unprotected sex, I was probably like 19. I'm really scary when it comes to stuff like that. So
19. How old are you now?
I'll be 28 in August.
Oh, you're young.
Yeah. So I don't believe in the whole.
You got the same age.
I'm 29.
You know,
I don't believe in the whole raw set, and that's weird because I like to watch it, but I don't. Like
you said nausea, complication like cramps and headaches. Wow.
I heard it makes you vomit too. It makes you sick.
They said like your booty shaved or hairy.
My own booty or somebody else's booty?
I think it just depends.
I don't like shaving my butt because the after make you feel like you got crabs or something. Like it be so itchy. So I don't even. Anybody keep scratching it. You know what? Yeah, no. So I don't like.
You be rubbing your ass on the seat, trying to
right, like. But the thing about it is, what I've learned though. I feel like some people like butt shave, and when I get to that point where somebody wants me to shave my butt, I will. But I don't know. You gonna have to look through the woods and through the trees, and
I don't know. I don't know. It depends. I mean, hair really doesn't bother me.
Do you feel like it like when you eating somebody out? Do you feel like it's harder to eat them out because they got hair everywhere?
I mean, it just depends. It can't be like massive. Like you can't have.
A chia pet.
To tame it a little bit. You can't just have just wildness everywhere. But I mean, I don't mind.
Grant Jones says no one talks about the cost of prep. That's how you know if someone is on prep.
Yeah.
Because
I heard it's not even.
Somebody's for free.
They tell you that, but you also they ask for your insurance and all that other stuff too. I believe.
They said there's a reason for the hair being there.
What's the reason? To protect you?
Shokadula Curl. I don't use condoms anymore. I usually cut off a plastic bag and add Crisco oil and rubber bands. Where are you at? Where do you live? And what's going on with you?
VA pays for prep? What's the VA?
Wait, go back to that.
She said she. Ask her if she in jail. Like, bitch, what?
You cut a plastic bag and Crisco oil.
A little hair is good, definitely when you nut. What?
Oh, so it get caught in the nut. I don't like that, but okay.
The VA paid.
They said, damn you cute, Ashton. Somebody had asked a triangle question. I know there's a lot of triangle viewers on this.
What's triangle?
What are your expectations for your character involvement on triangle? In other words, what do you want most for Ian and Ashton?
And I don't think we don't have a scene together.
Yeah, we don't.
That's not the.
You saying what do we want?
What do you for your character development? You're talking about your personal character development. What do you want? What do you see for Ian? What do you see for Ashton?
I don't know. I feel like I've seen Ian come such a long way from like.
No, I think they've seen Ashton come along. Ashton had a journey.
That's what I'm saying. I think with my character, I kind of want to be normal, happy. One of those kind of words, like put together.
What you tell me earlier?
I honestly think that Ashton. What I love about Ashton, and I think Ashton is. I think Ashton's a tragic character.
Oh, does that work in real life? Are there attractive people?
I think the tragedy is linked to you, and for those that watch season 4, you definitely can see, how that's playing out. So stay tuned for that. They said, who is Ashton? That's the character he plays.
All right, now.
They said hair traps a lot of bacteria. So not saying get a Brazilian wax every week, but definitely manage the situation every now and then for sure.
I don't cut up like that. It's and when I cut up, it ain't.
It's not.
It ain't in that area, so it's fine.
Insurance has deductibles. Some insurance has high deductible plans. All medication is not free.
So are y'all on prep? Yes or no?
Well, who takes prep that's watching?
Yeah, like I know y'all said this is some kind of something. Y'all said it's some side effect or whatever. Like, yeah, but
Ashton, you are too damn hot.
Oh,
thank you, Carrie. I appreciate you.
Okay, Carrie.
They said they want to see Ryan bust down. Bust down, Tatiana. They want to see you bust down real quick.
Bust down. Bust down, Tatiana. The little thing where he do. Okay, I'm not doing that though. But that is kind of bust down. Let's bust down real quick. Let's do. I'll do it if you do it.
I don't know how to do it.
The bust down when he do his pants and he be like bust down, Tatiana. Blueface.
No, I don't know.
You ever seen the Blueface video?
No.
Sorry, y'all. He's young, so they don't know about the bust down.
And you what? 29?
Yeah. Oh, I had like a little wedgie in my shirt.
When was the last time you guys went on a good date and talk about it?
4 score.
They say, yikes, don't do that. No rhythm.
Wait, no, I was being funny. I can bust down for real, but I don't want to bust down.
You just hold up,
bitch. Bust down now.
Don't you come down. He said, bitch, I can down. Listen.
Baby? I will say this. I feel like I'm a good dater when I do date. I take people on really good dates.
Yeah.
Or dates that I would want to see myself on, honestly.
Like, what's a good date?
I can't tell you because I take everybody to the same place. So I can't tell you.
So what's the date? But without giving the restaurant, what's the date?
So the date
is it a restaurant?
I call it a trifecta. So it's a pregame place.
Oh.
It's a restaurant, and then it's like an after dessert place. And
This is your makeup
my
is
dates
sitting.
looking at this, but I take all my dates there, and they live.
They lit.
It's like being on Hitch and me being Will Smith on Hitch. Like it's. But the thing about it is, I love dating.
And this is with each person, so that you already got the.
Yeah, I already know where we're going. I already know what they gonna live. I'll tell y'all later about the places though.
I do have one restaurant that I like to go to.
That you take all your dates to. You gotta have at least one that you know that none of your dates been to. But the thing about it is, for me, I love to date, but I don't know if it's. I don't want to be in a relationship. I love dating, and I feel like we just.
Well, you know what?
So that's the issue, though.
I'm really bad at that though, because
What?
I go on a date, and if I like somebody, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, I'm gonna keep talking to them, and then I stop talking to everybody else.
But why can't
Like,
people
I'm not-
just date?
Because I feel like when you date, I feel like it's a lot you giving it, and I'm really big on energy and like auras.
It's kind of like going out with your friends, though. Except for you're attracted to them, and I mean, I'm attracted to my friends too. But
So would you say just dating is I
love dating.
Dating is just another way of saying.
I date my
you're just
friends
doing what you
sometimes.
wanna
Like I love dating. I don't think he has to be sexual at all. Like I feel like the issue comes where they're like, okay, well, we doing all this date stuff. Let's be together. I don't think it works like that.
do. Yeah.
And I just feel like I love dating. Why can't I can't just date for a couple of years? Like,
Well, I'm a bad dater.
what do you mean?
I feel I'm a bad dater because I told you I'll go on a
Oh,
date.
you want to be with them?
I'll go on a date with somebody and I'll be like, wow, this person's great, and then I want to be around them all the time.
But then you
and I
putting
stop
all your
talking to
eggs
them.
in the same basket.
Yeah, I know, but look, it's a Virginia in me.
So you crowd people too much. You
Not that I crowd them, no, but if I have a good time and like the vibe is good, everything's good, then I don't have any interest in
I'm not even gonna
anybody
hold you
else.
because that's how
and the guy
people
told
should
you to
be.
slow down.
No.
So you're just perfect.
No, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I just lose interest, and I'm not one to be like, okay, well, I got Tommy on Wednesday, and I got Todd on Friday.
There's so many good
I got
questions on
Chance
here,
on
guys.
Saturday.
But you want a microwave date then if you I like them, I want to be around them. You don't even know if they're a killer or something. They really about to kill you.
Well, so I guess I'm just gonna be dead somewhere in the corner.
All right, we're gonna screen down these questions. There's a lot of them, so I want to answer all of them.
Bust down.
Do you feel like the gay community? I got you the question, guys.
Oh.
Do you feel like the gay community has become stagnant after getting rights to marriage? I haven't heard of anyone getting married since. I know. I see people get married.
I've seen people get married. There's
But
a whole page. Of,
This ain't even a gay thing though, because I feel like
Yeah.
just marriage in general is business. It's just for business people, and
Yeah.
it's not even the same as how it used to be anymore. So it's not even a gay thing. People in general are just getting divorced quicker than they getting married now.
How do you feel about interracial couples?
I love it.
I
I
love
love
it.
it.
I've seen some of the most beautiful children from interracial couples. So
We kind of answered that early on.
I will say this. I feel like it was a situation where people watched the Don Lemon thing with him in the Red Table Talk, and he was saying how he's with a white person because when he's like at these events and stuff, there's only white people there. And people felt like he was making excuses of why he's in an interracial relationship. But I think about it like politics and all that, and just how like the world isn't fair to black people. All of us can't be up there, at the top. So and he's at the top. So a lot, like he said, he sees a lot of just white people around him. And that's
So if you had a
what it
preference,
is.
would you prefer to date out your race or within your race?
I don't have a preference. I'm dating for the person, like, because that's who I got to be with. I don't care if they black, white, or whatever they are.
Hold on. We kind of answered that already when you talked about people going home from the club, guys. There's nothing wrong with dating. You can have time to. I agree with Haven. I used to date like that when I was single.
They said he used to date Haven.
I find men living in the no. I find men living.
wait,
I find that men more living in the northern states seem to date or hook up more than men in the south that get in relationships. So basically, people down south are more relationship oriented. And
Are they? Are they that like? Because you think of you. In my head, I'm thinking about Atlanta. I'm thinking about Miami. Everybody in their relationships.
I think
there?
a certain demographic of South
I think
Like
they talking about
Oklahoma or Alabama. Not Georgia, not Florida, not Virginia. Well, maybe Virginia actually, but no.
So let me ask you guys a question. How do you guys feel? What is your perception of relationship with gay men, relationship with females, cisgender women? Like, how do you feel? What do you feel about the dynamic? Like, what do you think?
Like the whole Judy thing.
Like, yeah, like you have, like, do you feel like women that are, very supportive of, what do you feel about, the typical, guy and girl friendship, this, that, and the fourth?
I feel like every woman wants to have a gay best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Cause even my girl best friend refers to me as her, well, not her gay best friend, but she always is bringing me up, and she's always painting the portrait of her gay best friend. So that's another thing. I don't know. I feel like with having women or fish or whatever as our friends, you just gotta watch them because the minute that you say something wrong or whatever. But luckily, the women that I've been around that are my friends, I've been around them for like years, so we good.
Or they're a little bit more educated on like the
gay
culture
stuff,
and things like that. I think when I was younger, it was a little bit more on the disrespectful end because it was like you were an accessory. You were like, okay, these are my girlfriends, and this
you
is my gay
kind of are still accessory, to be honest.
I don't know, because I mean, I don't feel like that now with the female friends that I do have. Because I feel that I'm much older. It's like me then them, and I don't feel that
So
they
you
look
don't feel
at
like
me
they treat
that.
you as like your
No, I mean, I don't
BFF.
give them the opportunity to treat me like that.
Gotcha.
I think that, of course, when you're younger, you don't catch on to certain things, but
Right.
I think with women too, you have to really watch how they move too, because they'll be your friend, but then when stuff happens or goes down, they run a different direction, and that I've witnessed that happen a couple of times.
What are your views on dating bisexual men?
I don't do it.
I'll do it because they ain't really bisexual, but
Oh, we will definitely come back on later with King David, and he will discuss that because, we're gonna definitely come back on with later on, guys, and then we can go into that topic. So let's
I
save that
don't
topic
believe
for later.
in. Well, I believe in bisexual, but I don't know. I still date them because, like I said, I don't know. I feel like most bisexual men are more into men than women.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
Do you think it's like to fulfill a curiosity thing?
Because I just want to say they're bisexual, but King David will tell you later on his perspective. That's just my perspective because I'm not bisexual.
Well, I don't know nothing about it.
Right.
I don't
I
play
mean, like,
it.
when we get him on later with you guys, let's talk about
I
that.
don't know nothing about it. I'm playing it.
Bisexuality is greedy. I say choose one and be happy.
I don't believe in that though. That's you don't have to choose. Like you can carry with everybody if you wanted to. I actually wish I was bisexual so I could carry with everybody. To open up the dating field. I might have 5 kids right now.
Would you both get in drags?
I've been in drag before.
I have too.
So tell us your experience. Tell them your experience.
You want to go first, or you want me to go
No,
first? Okay. Well, when I was younger, I've always loved to be like artsy and stuff like that, and people would always tell me that I was pretty, and so I think it was like 14, 15, and this was like when I was in high school.
Very good question.
So I was in high school.
It's a Haven. I'm waiting.
Okay, so I moved to Florida, and my aunt, she was very open with me. She loved me for like who I was, and it was like the first time I ever just got to do whatever the hell I wanted to do. And I'll never forget, I auditioned for a talent show in the high school that I went to in Florida to graduate, and it was to one of Rihanna's songs, and I had 2 girlfriends. And they were like dancing for me and stuff, and I was auditioning to Rude Boy, and I did it in drag.
Would you
And
have like a
they had to
outfit?
and they had to let me audition because if they didn't, then it would have looked some type of way. And I knew I wasn't gonna make the show, but I think I was just hard headed that I just did it because I knew.
So you was
that
up
I
and
could
drag
do
up
it.
Rude
What
Boy.
you had on a swimsuit?
Come on,
or something?
And my thing is after I did it, I was bold because I didn't just leave it for the show. I started going to school and drag in my height. Just on random days, I'd be like, oh, I feel like putting on a wig today and going to school. So I don't know, but I think I did it because my aunt was so loving and so open to me, and she just let me do whatever the hell I wanted to.
So you had on a swimsuit or something?
No, I think it was like a patent leather legging and like some little. It was foolish.
Did you tuck?
I don't know. It was,
you don't know if you tucked or not?
I was in high school. This was years ago.
So that's the first rule. You got.
So what did you? How long did you get in drag for?
I don't know, and I think after that, when I moved back to Richmond, like a few times after that, but I mean, I think I just did it because people told me that I was pretty, and I just did it because I felt that I could do it.
So have you had more thoughts of getting up in drag again or transitioning to something?
No.
All right.
Somebody just asked, has ballroom treated you differently since you saw another side of yourself? Since you saw another side of yourself by wearing makeup and stuff like that?
Wait, I didn't get to my drag. I didn't say about my experience in drag.
Thing.
Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead.
We just skipping over.
So I got in drag
I had the question there.
once. This was for a part.
You guys want some?
Yeah, we go.
Oh yeah.
This was for like a rule, for a show, and I got in drag. I thought I was gonna be so beautiful. I was like, oh, I'm so cute as a guy. I'm gonna be sitting.
Right.
Baby, I got in them clothes. I look like Helga. My ass was stronger. I'm more stronger in women's clothes. Like I was so stronger. And it was just a mess. And then I did the audition and I got drunk before the audition. So the audition was just a complete. It was a mess.
It wasn't what you imagine.
I thought I was gonna be looking like Sierra or somebody. I was looking like Kiki, Benji Brown. That's what I was looking like. I looked a mess, but yeah, whatever else the question was.
What was your question again?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we really need David. You need to wake David up because they are really going hard about this bisexual situation.
You want with him?
He's knocked out.
You know he loved to talk.
What was the question you
He'd be
had?
up here talking boots. You with him?
Let's forget that question.
Okay.
They are going hard about this bisexual thing.
Well, I don't know nothing about that, so I'll just be listening to it.
Guys,
Well, you didn't go through your full opinion on how you felt about that.
About what?
Being
I did.
bisexual.
I said what I
So
said.
you never dated females?
In high school, it was fake though. It was like kissing them and
Wait, have you ever slept with a girl?
no.
No.
No, I've never even seen a vagina in real life.
Me either.
Except for maybe no.
That's so weird.
Never. Don't even want to. Anybody want to show us a vagina? Can you please send the picture to? Oh no, that would still be a picture. I hope to see.
are you open to try some? Try it.
I want to try it.
Eh,
Anybody willing to let me kind of figure out if I want to fuck or not?
I'm good.
I want. You never know if you like it. That's what everybody says. You never know if you like it. I think I might like it.
I'm okay.
But you've seen a girl that you would fuck.
I don't know. My attraction to women, if she looks really beautiful, is
You
in
wanna
that
dress
type
her.
of way. Yeah, I'm like.
So you want to hit Rihanna?
Mm-mm.
You would just let her walk out the door?
I'll be trying to go with her wherever she going. I'm like, I'm with you. We out together.
Right. Who first thing you see around, we want to say we want to fuck her.
Right.
No, we want to get up in them like with her for real.
There's so much about bisexual guys. We could definitely we're gonna revisit all this later on.
Are any bisexuals unattractive to me? It's not for me. Can I have me one of those left out louds? Coffee and Oreos. Coffee. Ain't right.
I feel like bisexual.
How did you guys have sex? What do you mean? How do you guys have sex? How did you guys? What do you mean? How do?
Well, I mean, if you're looking at whoever that is, if you're looking at it from that perspective about it being judged harshly, when it comes to a man, I mean, you can say the thing about gay women. You know, a man would rather see 2 gay women than 2 gay men. So I mean, I believe it's across the board. It's not just with bisexuality.
Somebody said I'm prone to sex trafficking.
What?
That's true. They said it's fine, but being gay and judging bisexuals make no damn sense.
Hold on, who being problematic? My ex is bi and he broke 3 years ago, and I don't trust them now.
What makeup you wearing, Chris?
He thought I was okay.
What am I wearing? I'm wearing NARS and MAC.
So how long did it take you to like kind of for yourself like get your makeup together?
You know, in all actuality, I taught myself.
Okay.
I think because I'm so keen to being so people facing all the time that you always want to be like polished. You always want to be like your best. And I was younger when I was younger. I kind of cared about like what people said about me or what people thought about me, and you know, I kind of got to a point in my life to where, I mean, I'm 2 years now from being 30. It's like, look, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna wear what the fuck I want to wear. And I'm at a point in my life where I'm building my own path to my own success. So I'm not doing things to accommodate or please what other people want to see. And I think that's why I've kind of taken the roads and stuff that I've taken to kind of express that. So if I want to wear makeup, I'm going to wear makeup. If I want to wear a fucking blouse and a patent leather pant, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
They say do the kiki dance. Y'all just want to key.
Yeah. They want to see you bust down.
I know it's been talked about too about what do you think about the Jussie Smollett situation?
Baby.
Why did you fall out with that?
Because that wears me. Oh.
What does?
I think he's telling the truth.
I think he's telling the truth too. What y'all
And I think they're trying to frame him. I think they're trying to frame him.
Ryan is fucking crazy.
I'll say this.
Because my thing is nobody's dumb enough to write somebody a paper check.
Well, they said that he didn't write that. They say, oh, you mean the check?
Yeah, like when it first came out, they're like, oh, he wrote us a check to beat him up.
But they lied though. The thing about it is, with it, the only thing that okay, let me say this. I think he's telling the truth, and I feel like we keep believing the public, which is the police department. The thing about it is, the only thing that they've shown us is the check. The check that
Are you guys a couple?
Jussie again.
The check that he wrote was for his nutrition plan.
It was like $1,300 or something.
And the thing about it is, the guy said that he did write them that for that, and the police came out and lied. But once the police lied, you ain't hear shit else from them,
right?
At all.
They didn't clean it up.
And the only other thing the police have said is, oh, we got some calls. Why y'all release the calls? What the calls at? What y'all said they was talking? It was what the calls at?
I don't know. I believe him. And what made me believe him the most is when the judge honored the public media and stuff to be a part of.
Because his lawyer said that, you know, everyone was saying that we didn't want cameras, and she said she wants the cameras so they can see the evidence in basically the tea. Yeah. And the real tea is gonna come out when he go to court. But until that, because I was watching State of the Culture too, they were saying that Fat Joe and Remy said, oh, he might be telling the truth. He just might. Because we playing like a game of Clue right now. Like, it's always been situations where y'all ain't watch Law and Order when y'all think that person did it, but really that person did it. That's what's about to happen.
I like what Alpha Trump said. I think Jesse Lee Daniels, the Chicago PD, and the Nigerians are all lying.
But I don't like that either, because Lee Daniels has said, oh, this has brought so much trauma. You just saying that because the ratings is going down and you just want to
for his show, yeah.
For his show, yeah.
Because then he cut him out the episodes or something.
Some shit like that.
Well, that may not have been really Lee. That could have been left up to the network, honestly.
And he was saying, oh, the ratings stuff. But no, honestly, I feel like it should end Empire anyway.
Why?
I'll stop watching it after.
Oh, y'all must be a fan. Y'all like Empire?
I do.
I like watching Cookie.
We've been watching Taraji as Cookie for fucking 20 years.
And then that one episode they have Mariah.
Mariah kind of ate that. Tisha Campbell ate that too.
Yeah.
So wait, why do you feel Empire should end?
It's been long enough. Let's end on a high note, even though it's a low note right now. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. And
Ryan is shady.
It's kind of. You don't watch it. I don't watch it. You watch it, but
I don't
you
watch it.
Going?
I watch it here and there. Like if I'm flicking through the channel and it's there, then I might watch it. But you
don't feel like they've kind of like did enough, and they've been on for like 6. Like they need to end it just like Scandal. Let's end it on a high note and let's move on.
Do you think that there's just no more room for storyline? Or you think it's like repetitive?
I don't watch it.
I definitely. I don't know. Maybe they could probably inject a little freshness into it. They said Empire's boring. I love Star. Like Empire, but getting tired of it.
See, y'all don't like Star.
I feel like he guilty, and the Fleet water ain't clean.
Wait, what about things?
The letter, the deleted call, the note. I'm not
love from London. I've been to London before. I wish I would have hit you up because it was boring when I went.
Okay, so what do you have? An age thing. Okay, we all know the R. Kelly thing, most definitely. What's a good age difference, and what age should you not go with?
First of all, those memes are key.
First of all, the black community is a key because Well, when I talked about this online, everybody thought I was trying to like defend him, but it wasn't that. But I just feel like he deserves whatever's happening to him and what's going to happen to him. He does deserve that. But on the other hand of that, which can be parallel, I just feel like we've been doing this for years. We've known this with the Dave Chappelle thing. We've known this when we saw the sex tape. We laughed about it. We joked about it. The Boondocks said it. We laughed. Everybody laughed and joked. Everybody knows it's been a thing. He married Aaliyah. Why now did it take people to because we've seen it for so many years. We've known that's what R. Kelly does.
Like, lock him up now.
So now y'all want to go crazy. So I feel like just because it was on Lifetime, now y'all want to do the utmost and da 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 da. But he does deserve what he gets. But I feel like black people, y'all been stepping in the name of love at
Cookouts.
family reunions and cookouts all these fucking years.
Birthday party.
He made the
birthday party.
And the thing is, I even made all the money off of it because I used to burn CDs back in the day. But he's made so much money off the Chocolate Factory and
Get out.
like I just feel like But when he said that comment about his mama had the lipstick on her cup and he drunk from it because he wanted her lipstick on his mouth and he asked her to marry him, his mom, I was like, okay, now this nigga is he all up. You want to see that?
No, I didn't. I couldn't watch it because I heard it was so bad, and I can't.
So how do you feel about the Michael Jackson stuff?
I watched half of it here, and I didn't watch no more after it.
I watched the whole
It was so disturbing because to see him in like a different light like that, it was really disturbing.
How do you feel about the Gayle thing?
How do you feel about it?
What?
Leaving Neverland.
I didn't watch it. I don't think he did the stuff. I think Michael Jackson was just living his child life because he never got a child life. I feel like Wade Robinson, who used to do the show Tag 360, or remember that show Tag?
But how
Dance 360.
So you watched the whole?
I didn't watch it, but I just
Wait a
feel
minute, Dance 360. That sounds so familiar.
Wade Robinson had a show back in the day called Dance 360. This was after all the stuff that happened. I feel like Autumn.
What day you doing that show? Refresh
Tag Your Man. Y'all used to dance.
Yo, that was his show.
That was his show. So I feel like all his coins have dried up, and he needs to. Because you see, Aaron Carter said that he gonna fight them because he said he's been to Neverland 1,000 times. So what it is then? So why Aaron saying nothing happened to him?
You know what? Fuck you, because I'm just that Tag Your Man. That
yes,
was his
Tag
show.
Your Man. That was
It's called like 4
Robinson.
o'clock in the afternoon, right?
There's a lot of people saying that it was just like a money thing for them.
Of course, it's always a money thing.
Of course, he's not here.
Michael ain't even got no money. What do y'all? He owed people when he died. Like what?
No. Now his estate is like worth like $800 million.
Yeah, this
From since he passed on, his estate now is like worth $800 million. That's why they come in. They want money.
And you know what? I got an
But
issue with Oprah
it's so
too.
it's so many.
What did Oprah do?
Why the fuck would she do that for?
What did Oprah do? Because I don't know what she
Alpha said Michael is definitely guilty for inappropriate action, but I don't think he molested or touched those boys sexually.
What? What's the you say he's guilty of inappropriate action?
I think sleeping with children is inappropriate. I definitely believe it's inappropriate because at the end of the day,
you saying if he wasn't doing nothing?
No, I'm just saying. Period. Period. It is not appropriate for This is me. This is my feeling. I'm speaking of. And this goes to you, anyone. If nephew, nieces, your own. I just don't feel it's appropriate. Especially, but definitely they're not your children to be sleeping with children, and it's just a certain. It's looked upon a certain. Just period. To me, that would be definitely something that a boundary would be set. Like, oh, okay, you're not going to be sleeping with me. You'll be sleeping. It's just people. Simple as that. I mean, I would listen. The way I was raised, especially with the females in my family, they wasn't even allowed to sit on anyone's lap. Do you understand what I'm saying? There were just certain things that was just not going down. Right. So to me, no matter what, I don't give a fuck. Because it was Michael Jackson, to me, this is where the money, and this goes to the people that's involved with the R. Kelly situation, the Michael situation, all of them. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck? I think Michael is an amazing entertainer, but at the end of the day, he's still a human being. And with that being said, human beings, as we all know, are not perfect, and they do shit, and there's a lot of sick people out there. I think where a lot of these people got it fucked up was, you're Ryan, you a nobody, you know what I'm saying, and Michael Jackson, right? What's the difference in the greater scheme of things, right? With you next to R. Kelly, next to Michael Jackson, and them letting their 16-year-old, their 10-year-old, 11, go home with them over you. That's why, because they have money that they could be trusted. It's the same fucking shit. They would have let this child sleep in your bed. They would have let this child sleep in your home. They would have let this girl get on stage with you, there with you. So but they'll do it with these individuals. Why? Because they're entertainers, because they're celebrities. I think the money blinds these people, and that's the problem. Because at the end of the day, these parents and adults definitely have to take accountability and acceptance for what they have allowed to happen to their children.
I mean, there was the one part in the documentary that really was like, what? Where the mom was like, oh yeah, we would go on tour, we would go to these different countries, and we noticed that when my son was in the room with Michael, that my room would start to be getting placed further and further to the point to where she was on a different floor. Ain't no black mom playing that.
Right.
You're not, and she said she would call the front desk and say, hey, can I get a room closer? And every hotel in every country would tell her there are no more rooms. There are no more rooms.
But listen, the point is we still have to take some type of accountability for putting our children and things
like why y'all here? Why y'all touring with Michael Jackson?
Yeah,
why y'all
putting them in a
school?
situation and then it's kind of like to me like you sold your child off, like no matter what it is. And listen, Michael could very much be really truly innocent, beautiful, great. I would hope so. And, you know what I'm saying? But still, you still allowed your. And I think and flip it on Michael, as beautiful as his heart may be, like okay. Playing devil's advocate, let's say Michael really was just someone that never really did experience a childhood and he really had this pure mentality. Yeah. Okay, but still in all, Michael was a fool. And when I say he was a fool, when the first allegations happened,
he should have let it go.
He should listen, he should never put himself in a situation again, if it wasn't true, to even make it look like it's a possibility for it to happen again. It would have been, bitch, listen, none of them kids would have been staying in Neverland Ranch. They would have been staying with me. They would. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But
we have to look at these situations and realize our part in them as well.
But I don't think he did it again. They bringing up old shit.
No, what do you mean? When he hit the documentary later on with that fucking piece of shit, Martin Bashir, they taped him on there when he had the guy and got the kid. That's how the allegations came up again, and from 2003 to 2005, because when the kid was in there, like, oh yeah, Michael asked me if he could sleep in my bed, and Michael you could tell that Michael kind of get like, damn bitch, why you say something on tape? Like what? Oh, Michael said he could sleep in my bed, and he slept on the floor. That's how that came up again, and that's when the FBI, that's what made the case come back.
So nobody has ever actually caught Michael.
Mm-mm.
I just feel that kind of weird too. Ain't nobody catch Michael if he's been supposedly doing this, and I feel like half the parents were oblivious and just being dumb parents, and I thought the other ones, like you said, sold their kid and kind of set the kid up.
Look, somebody just said it here. He had too many yes men around him. Someone should have advised him to stop having children over his house. I'm just being honest. Like, if I was in Michael's life, I'm just saying, think about it. This was you, right? Let's say we're friends. Me and you have known each other since 2014. Let's say I was in a situation like that, right? Mm-hmm. And if you was really truly my friend, or vice versa situation, and let's say you were innocent, I would, and with this pattern happening again with somebody, I would be like, listen, Ryan, are you hell fucking no? Right. Because if it goes down again, it's your fucking fault. If you could be, why do you put yourself in situations like
Michael ain't?
But come on.
I don't think he had common sense.
Oh well, listen, he didn't have common. That's sad.
5.
Well, that's sad. And I love Michael, but that's sad.
But do you think
I'm just being honest.
Do you think he had a play about
it's only but so many excuses, and that's the thing. But this is what pissing me off. It's the excuses. Y'all are making excuses because it's Michael Jackson. But if it was fucking Joe Schmo, you would not make the same fucking excuses.
Yeah, right.
You would not.
That's true.
But because it's Michael, you're like, oh no, because Michael never had a childhood. And yes, he didn't have common sense. But if that was Joe Schmo and a bitch next to you, you'd be like, bitch, what you mean?
But Joe Schmo don't got a whole house of coins though. So
no, and that's also a point. So in a situation like that, if he does lack that common sense and that intelligence, you have to be even more aware because you're gonna have a bunch of snakes and opportunists around you that's just waiting for any tidbit they can get. That's how rats are. Rats are going to come in whatever they can get, and you throw to them, they're going to take it and they're going to run with it.
Yeah, but you need common sense though, and he ain't have it.
Look, man, even as a kid, I knew I couldn't sleep with strangers in my bed, and my parents made sure if I was sleeping with a cousin, we had separate pillows and blankets.
Girl,
how about this? But listen, I don't know if any of my family watching.
She had a privileged life or something.
How about this? I wasn't even allowed. How about this? I grew up in a very listen, and I don't want to go too deep into it, but I wasn't even allowed when I was to be sleeping at people's house. I was not. Mm-hmm. My mother was very, it was, and not to say because things can still happen, but certain things, I was raised it wasn't going to go down because of things like this could happen. So to me personally, I just feel like a lot of this stuff doesn't make any sense, and that's how I look at it. At the end of the day, a grown man, I don't give a fuck if you are Michael Jackson, if you are fucking the man in the moon, or who the fuck you are. I just don't think it's appropriate for you to have children sleeping in the room with you, in your bed, in the same room, in sleeping bed. It's just not appropriate.
But you also feel that the parents weren't taking accountability too?
Have you listened to anything?
No, I'm just saying.
That's because
the way that if you really watch the documentary, it's just like stab, like towards him.
Half the parents was selling their kids out. Half the parents was unaware. But at the end of the day, the reason why they both are the same because
and a lot of them was looking for a fucking come up too.
Because they both need to be held accountable regardless, though, whether they knew or didn't know.
And you know,
because you're the parents.
And you know what? And he could have had a pure heart, but the thing was, his heart was pure, but he was dumb because he still allowed these people to come around, and he gave them an open window to come and do this stuff to him.
Yeah. He had an open heart. He was so angry.
Oh my God. Listen, I'm just speaking real now. Like, okay, so we're flipping back to R. Kelly. What's disgusting, I think R. Kelly is disgusting. R. Kelly, as you had said, he has a history of doing this. He should have been canceled. Like this new resurgence because of these documentaries. That's another thing. It takes these documentaries for like these resurgence for everybody to know that this shit's been going on. But it's really sad too, though, like how he brainwashed them girls. And it's even worse just to know how these parents, all those parents, they was looking for a fucking come up too. They wanted their children, or Kelly was looking to think that they was, some type of in with a record deal and all. It's all about fucking fame. And let me tell you something. A person's parent will sell their fucking first and last born for some fucking money and fame. And that's some sad shit.
I've heard parents tell their girls, get a man with some money, da 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 da. But yeah, he still tried it though, regardless though.
When lots of money is at stake, people prey on that. However, I wouldn't let no one sleep in my bed. Thank you. Well, some people need a wake-up call, and the documentaries are wake-up call. Yes, they are. But also, again, playing devil's advocate, you have to also look at the ulterior motives of people who are making these documentaries. Like, is it
she don't even need the money or the views.
Is it about the ratings? Is it about the are we really trying to get
money?
Always about
make these people
She's
pay.
Put the Michael Jackson one together.
She did.
Mm-hmm. She interviewed the people.
Charles Williams said it's not the documentary. We are in a new era. Back then we didn't have access or a voice, but now we have all the social outlets. People can speak out.
I get that too.
Totally true, but also, should everybody have a voice?
But y'all had the outlet back then too, because
I want to ask y'all this. And this goes out to our viewers and you guys too. Should everyone have a voice? Because I'm going to be honest with you, some of the shit that some people be saying.
This cancel culture is a mess.
It'd be like, shut the fuck up.
But to go back to that, now we have we had a platform 10 years ago too, but we didn't talk about it. Mm-hmm. Facebook was around 10 years ago, but we didn't talk about it. Twitter was around 10 years ago.
Social media is very social, so we definitely.
So why you ain't talking about R. Kelly stuff then?
I just feel like we live in an era where everything is kind of like, everyone's a bandwagoner. Like, to me, a lot of people don't. It's very few people that have their own mind and their own voice, and I feel like a lot of people don't do research. Like, I feel like I can get on this camera and be like, "Listen, guys, I went to TG Fridays and I had this experience, and I want all you guys to boycott it and ban it." And I just feel like I feel like we live in a world where racism will always be there. It's sad to say, but it's the truth. I've experienced racism. I think we all have in some type of form or fashion. I don't think that everything has to be bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Some situations are definitely things that should be banned. You should hop on, you should boycott. And certain situations in life are isolated. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. My experience with something may not be your experience. Right. But I feel like we live in this bandwagon culture where everybody want to hop on something and they just want to hop onto a course and they don't even know what the fuck they be talking about. Mm-hmm. I feel like you have to do research because I don't feel it's so smart, and I don't really like to talk on Facebook about political things and about religion and a lot of things like that. I really keep a lot of that stuff to myself and to like my circle of people. Like, they know what I believe in, they know what I feel. Mm-hmm. But I feel like everyone moves too fast these days. And they don't know what they're talking about, and I think that's the problem.
And when to that point, when you speak on
you know what?
The charge of passing up.
To that point where you speak on bandwagoning and not doing research, we just had this whole conversation about the luxury brand aesthetic and the things that were happening throughout luxury brands with like Black History Month and stuff like that. And just to speak on that, I encountered people saying things, and what would really irritate me is that you know, for instance, Gucci. Oh, you know, fuck Gucci, and then you have like celebrities burning T-shirts online and this and that. Okay, you have freedom of speech to do what you want, but then you have people that have never bought a thing from Gucci. You don't have a piece of ready to wear. You don't have a shoe. You don't have a fucking ring.
You don't got the headband.
And you don't have the headband. But you online like, oh, boycott Gucci and blah 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 blah. But these are also the same people that don't do the research on, you know, what the brand has done to like fix things and like scholarships and things, and like it just goes hand in hand with like educating yourself.
Okay, so you work for Gucci now. I used to work for Gucci, and I feel like I had a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what was your experience?
Yeah, what was your experience?
So I used to work in corporate for e-com, and a lot of the things that people were saying, I agree with. It was segregated. Mm-hmm. All the black people hung out with the black people. All the white people hung out wherever they hung out at. Of course, I wasn't there anymore once this chaos went on, but a lot of my close people that are coworkers that work with, you know, they told me everything that was going on. It was a situation where the HR people didn't know. Basically, they came and asked after everything happened, the black people, what don't you like about working with Gucci? Mm-hmm. And everybody broke down what I just said about the segregation. Also, the pay is tired at Gucci, especially in a corporate setting. I feel like that one of the HR people didn't even know why Dapper Dan was even on the account. She didn't even know that kind of the culture kind of forced Gucci to work with Dapper Dan, but through like Instagram and stuff, because, you know, they had put the outfit down the line, and that was from the Dapper Dan's collection. So the HR didn't even know why. They just thought that they were working with Dapper Dan just out of nowhere. So she was surprised by that, and it was a lot of other stuff they talked about, of just stuff that we did while going to work every day. And I just felt like, why aren't there like, it's funny, like when you're doing jobs, they always ask you what your race is, so they can have enough people of color at a job, I'm guessing. But at the same time, why aren't these black people at the top levels though? Like, yeah. Since you're asking my race, you're trying to get as many culture people, but why at the top of these brands there's no black person up there though? Hey, they went, and I saw why they did what they did, and it was from the person that used to get up and drag, and it was art and da-da-da-da-da. So they weren't being racist. They were actually doing it from like art. It was the person who used to wear like real red lipstick and da-da-da-da-da. So I get it, but the thing about it is you need to have people of color in these high positions so they can tell you about the black experience, and why that would be a problem.
Really big thing that was talked about. And me being a client advisor, which has offered me so many opportunities, in just being in like New York, you know, from working with like Mary J. Blige and Cardi B.
We don't need a resume, just talk.
No, it's not a resume, but I'm just saying what shocked me the most being a minority, all those things that you just said, and all those things also came to the table because you had people feeling like they were on the fence because they still had to go home to families at the end of the day. So their families looked at them, well, like, how could you work for them, and blah 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 blah, whatever. But when it came to a point to where everything had to come to the table, it was like, I think that it was lack of knowledge on their end, but it was also the fact that you didn't have that representation when things were going down the runway. And what baffled me the most is it became such a big thing, but if you look at the metrics and numbers, Gucci's buyers, and as far as like money and spend, are African Americans, 56%.
That is not surprising to me at all.
And mind you,
we spend all the money and get all the bullshit back in return.
And mind you, that sweater was out for a year, and 82% of that buy for that sweater were by minorities. So it was kind of like a back and forth thing. So kind of trying to understand it from the outside perspective, and then like looking in, and then having all these other things following it, like Prada and, you know, Montclair coming out with that fucking coat. And it was like, what's happening? What's going on?
But the thing about it is, I do feel where Gucci's coming from, and I get it. And, you know, people need to, before they shit on the shade room, they need to actually, you know, research it. But I feel like it was necessary though.
No, and I agree.
Very necessary.
I agree, because I feel like everyone's looking at things from a different perspective. You know, needing that representation. They're going on a whole cultural diversity hiring team for like each country. So there's actually a division that is strictly hired just for the educational purposes of, you know, cultural diversity and things. So as sad as it was to happen, I also agree that I felt that it was something that needed to happen to kind of get people who sit in those high seats that don't interact with people every day, that don't have to do these transactions and stuff, to say, hey, we need to change this. So, I mean, I agree.
Hold on, there's a lot of... Charles, I totally agree with you. Working in a corporate office, you need to understand that we have a seat at the table, but our voices don't matter. And that's just the reality.
And like,
It's filling up numbers. But let me tell you something, and I want you to listen and listen well. A lot of people saying that we need to support black businesses. I am a firm believer, but let me tell y'all something. Our people... No, I'm actually being very serious. Our people need to do better with black-owned businesses. Because black-owned businesses, I love to support them, but it be a lot of bullshit with them. They're not consistent. They want to open up when they want to open up. They want to close when they... Bitch, listen, they will have the audacity.
We open at 12.
They will have the audacity. They're supposed to be opening up... No, listen, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They will have the audacity to, you know, supposed to be open at 10 and will open it at 1. But, bitch, they will close at 7:59. They will close at 7:59. And then, like, black-owned, their customer service sometimes be shitty. Then you gotta... No, I'm being very serious because, you know, you really want to work and you really be wanting to, like...
To support
your people and support businesses. And, like, I am a supporter of anybody, especially if you're in my community and you that doing something in a brand, I be wanting to support it, at least promote it to get it out there. But, baby, it's the truth. Like, we really need to do better. I'm talking about with punctuality, with time, professional, with pricing. Because sometimes it be like, oh, girl, listen, I understand. They'll try to play you with
that markup. Be serious.
Like, we have to do better.
But I also feel too when you're an entrepreneur, you kind of can make your own time. So I kind of feel when, you know, they don't.
No. See, that's the problem. See, that's the problem. That mentality. Yes, yeah, you can do your own BA. You can do your thing. You make your own time. No. It's not how the fuck it goes. I work hard. Anybody that knows me knows how hard I work. I am a firm believer in punctuality. I'm a firm believer in time management. And I do not feel that just because you're an entrepreneur, you know, you make your own fucking time. No, you gotta be ahead of the game. You gotta be ahead of the game. You gotta treat it as business. You gotta work. Let me tell you something. In reality, in life, you have to work harder than the average person when you're black, when you're gay, when you're a minority, when you are... there's so many things working against you that you got to work harder. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. So but with working harder, you got to go the extra mile in every way. You have to stay later. You have to come in earlier. You got to negotiate better. There are certain things that you have to do to be to be considered not a black-owned business, but a business.
So what if you're a black-owned business and you feel like other black people always want a discount?
Let me tell you something. I am a firm believer. Yeah, listen. I don't think there's nothing wrong with wanting a discount. That goes across the board, bitch, white, black, anything. You know, in life, you're supposed to. If you could barter and negotiate, yeah, I am a firm believer in negotiation. But you should never underprice your product. If your product is worth it, people are not going to want to really discount it because they know you give a good product. Right. Of course, they may, want to sit there and try to go back and forth with you. But at the end of the day, if you have a good product and it is reliable and whatever the consumer wants, that it meets their needs, they're going to pay for it. But the point is, you got to be professional. Black-owned businesses, they have to understand they have to work harder. Mm-hmm. You just can't run this shit like it's fucking like an Instagram boutique.
And let me just say this too, because this happened to me last week. I was going to look at an apartment in like a real cute neighborhood or whatever, and the black guy who was in front of Popeyes was like peddling some kind of whatever the fuck he was peddling for. I didn't stop for him, and I had my headphones in. But I want to see people, I'm weird. I keep my headphones in, but nothing's playing, it's just silent, because I like to listen to just silence. So I'm walking past and he was like, oh, you're a man, you're a man, you're a man, you're a man, you're a man. But then when I didn't stop, he called me a faggot. So it's like, if you do have a black-owned business and then I don't stop, you have to remember, like, this is a neighborhood that I will be in if everything works out. But it's like, right, you can't just call me a faggot, black man, because I didn't stop for you. Mm-hmm. Because B, I might actually come back and listen to what you got to say one day, but you already ready to go at me and you haven't even given me a sales pitch yet. So that's another thing too.
Yeah, and the thing is, we be supporting. Another thing, we have to put more money within our communities. Period. I'm definitely a believer in that as well because a lot of these communities, maybe a Korean would come, an Indian would come, and they would open these little bodegas and stuff. But we could have did the same fucking thing. I'm just being honest. I look at both spectrums when it comes to things. I just don't look at one thing. I just feel like we definitely need to put more money in our communities because we let a lot of these outsiders. They come in and they put these stores in, and baby, we go and buy everything from them, but we won't go to that black-owned business as well. But I just feel like being that we have it harder, we need to work harder. That's what my feelings are. I'm not going to change it.
Do you feel that people don't necessarily want to put that extra that's needed?
I feel like, bitch, like for example, I see a lot of people talking about barbers. And let me tell you, I totally agree with you. Let me tell you something about. Let me tell you, I had a barber, and I'm gonna tell you something. He wasn't the best barber. Since moving to East End, I am very funny with my haircuts. I have a fantastic barber in New York. I wish I could still go to him. So I have a barber out here in East End. And, well, I had one. He was really what I did. I liked him. We had great conversations. So first of all, they charge fucking $40 for a fucking haircut in there, and they're not that fucking good.
I know they ain't giving over haircut like that.
They're not. They're fucking not. They're not. And I would notice that I'm a good tipper. I would tip him very well. But then I noticed something about him. I was noticed that these motherfucking these white people. Mm-hmm. It was a certain type of treatment I would notice. Okay, so last time, for those that know, I had my ball a month ago, and when I went to go get my haircut from him. When I had left out, I was driving, and I looked, and there was still hair under my neck. So I would send him a text. I'm like, yo, bro, like, you left fucking hair on my neck.
Is he black or white?
He's Dominican. Okay. I like, yo, bro, you left some hair on my neck, and I sent him a picture. And he was like, oh, my bad, bro. I said, fuck that. I'm not going back to him. You're not going to play with me.
Right.
And I found another barber who's fantastic. Mm-hmm. And they have New York hair prices that I went and got a second haircut from the other day. And I realized I'm not doing no conversations or nothing. I'm going there to get a cut. We ain't going to be talking about nothing. Cut my fucking hair, and I can tell you it was good, and I leave. Because I got cool with him, and I wanted to support him because he was the only young guy in the shop, right. Only Dominican, really, pretty much a gentleman shop, pretty much a own white shop. Right. And look, hear me being motherfucking nice, and he played with me.
So that's another thing, too. They feel like
barber. It is hard to find a good barber, y'all. Y'all know.
Okay, so what about that? Black-owned businesses who don't really care about the black customers because they feel like they're your brothers and sisters, and they give the white people the best treatment.
I mean, it pisses me off. I can't say that I don't, because they really feel that's really conditioned. Treat the white person nice. Treat them, cater to them.
They're
gonna probably tip better. They're gonna probably tip better. They're probably gonna, you know what I'm saying? But which fucks me up because I'm a very good tipper. When I go out to eat, I tip well. Right. When I do hair, if you're doing a service for me, I tip well because I know 9 times out of 10 that they rely on tips, to. Take that home. To survive. Yeah. So I look at that, like, especially if you provide a great service to me, that's why, usually people that are close to me that go to restaurants with me, I am very funny when I go to restaurants. Mm-hmm. Bitch, because I'm going out to this restaurant to pay for food.
Like that time we went to
this shit better be fucking good, and the service better be well. So, and especially if you ask me in a restaurant, you ask me like, oh, how's the food? And you ask me, oh, how's the food? How did it taste? I'm gonna tell you, well, it was okay, or it was great, right. Because I'm paying for this shit. I'm funny.
I'm funny with that too, honestly. And don't ever circle the whatever tip. Don't ever circle the tip for me. Like, don't ever do that. Like, if it's 15, 18, don't you be circling 20%. Like, I feel like that passive aggressive. I hate shit like that.
Who does that?
I've been to restaurants before where the server they circle the tip for you. They circle what they want you to tip.
Oh, they say it's already included.
It say 15, 18, 20.
Oh, I know whites will stiff you. You gotta tell me that.
And they'll circle the 20. Like, what's this passive aggressive shit? Like, now I ain't about to tip you.
I just think that a lot of people I know, they think $5 is a good tip wherever they go. It could be baby. It could go anywhere. No, I'm telling you, they think $5 is a good tip.
I go off how much I've spent.
No, listen, I'm telling you, I go places with people.
I spent $10
and they will take out a $5 and they think that's like the standard tip. They'll be like, oh, bitch, $5. The meal could have been $20 or could have been $320. $5.
No, 20. I'm definitely giving you $5.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question because I've went through this before with people and. Okay, and let's say it's your birthday, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a firm believer. You know this right here? Okay, it's your birthday. We all say, okay, we're all going out to eat, okay? And it's your birthday. Mm-hmm. And let's say all you ordered was mozzarella sticks. Okay, whatever. But it's your birthday, so I feel like, okay, everybody feels like, hey, okay, the bill came out to $500. So the 10 people here, the 12 people here will give the $50 each, to pay, we'll split it evenly. Do you feel like that's fine, or do you feel like everyone should individually pay? Because me personally, I always like, oh, okay, we all split it. I don't drink. So 9 times out of fucking 10, the most expensive things on menus is the alcohol.
Is the alcohol,
You know what I'm saying? So I know damn well that I'm paying for somebody's alcohol or whatever it is, but it's like whatever. It's your birthday, we're all going out, let's split it. But then you always get a, huh?
So don't use the birthday
But then you have some people that's like, oh no, I'm only paying for myself. Oh, somebody will get the check and they're like, but their dumb ass is adding shit. Well, all I ordered was the calamari, and that was $8.95, and I ordered, so my meal came out to $16. So I'm not paying $50, and they give you what? Bitch, listen.
So you feel like, Caesar, you feel like you should split it separately. Even if you can't.
No, I feel like in situations like that,
yeah,
like if we're all taking someone out for their birthday,
everyone should just pay.
Everyone should pay. Split the check evenly.
Yeah.
So okay. So let's actually take that out of the equation. What if it's just 10 of us going to a restaurant?
Oh, beforehand?
Yeah.
Me, I'm gonna tell you what's funny about me, and I've always been like this. Anybody who knows me knows that. Let's say 10 of us are going to a restaurant, right? I may just put $100, and then listen, y'all, here's $100. Y'all figure the rest of this shit out.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's very me, because I hate when a bill comes
and everyone's like,
and everybody's looking dumb, and everybody's looking at the damn check, and everybody's trying to figure out and add. That shit pisses me off.
Get real quiet,
so,
baby.
Oh no, when the waiter comes and they go.
Right. And group dinners always take half. They don't wait to let everyone work it out. And that's what I was.
But I feel bad.
Split evenly, but the birthday person should always be treated. Totally agree.
But I feel bad because I went to this place one time and this girl was there and she didn't have any food. She only had one drink. And she was like, I don't want to eat, because she didn't want to split it. And at the end of the meal, she still had to split it because she was there with us. So I felt kind of bad because she didn't.
Well, can I say something? Girl, you don't need to come.
Right, like bitch, why would you like?
You don't need to come there. You know, because listen. I know many people feel feelings about these group dinners. But so in no situation like that, you need to find out beforehand. And you know what you need to say? Hey, boo, I don't really do the group dinners, but I'll take you out.
But Caesar,
I'm just being honest.
If I go to a dinner with 10 people and I only want a burger because I only really want a burger, I'm not about to pay for his drink and your drink and your drink.
I understand where you're coming from, but
I'm gonna go to the bar.
But I feel like also that with the group dinners, and that's what kind of it is.
When just paying for your burger.
Y'all, if I was split $100, hell yeah, I'm only paying for my burger.
So basically, you just saying I'm just paying for what I bought.
I'm like that. If it's 5 or more,
you expect me to pay $80 more if I only had a $20 burger?
No, I kind of believe if everybody goes out for a group birthday dinner, that's how it kind of be. I just don't feel. Yeah. I feel like that's why I feel it's to go out with people.
It's lobster over here.
I feel like it's to go out with people that it's not going to be a thing. Because I really don't like when the check come around and passing around the check. It looks stupid to me.
But Caesar, it's not a thing for me. But if I only spend $20, I'm not paying $80 more.
Okay, boo, that's on you.
I would have to just give you that $20.
Yeah, this person said something about the bill come.
You guys better y'all. Y'all love when I get involved. Yeah, come on, y'all.
I ain't paying the bill. All I had was a damn chicken sandwich.
You want me to pay $62? $60
It's a group dinner. So if you're there, then. You signing up to participate.
And then when you don't come, like somebody early was mad that I didn't come to their thing, and then you don't come and then the person can mad at you.
You could do what Caesar said and say, hey, I'll invite you out separately. Let's do something.
Listen, little Cheeto, you need to stay your little ass at home then, because you talk about I'm bringing $20. If my food is cheaper than that, y'all can keep it cheap, but not $50.
No, you know what? If that's the case, let the games begin. I'm ordering lobster. Lobster over here, bitch. Everybody can chip in from my food.
Now listen, I'm gonna be real now.
I've done that before too.
I do that. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna also look at you and be like this bitch look like she will lose but $20. As a matter of fact, or lobster. You sure you want that?
Because I'm not paying $80 for y'all. Like I'm lobster. Let me get 8 drinks then, bitch. Everybody can pay for my food.
Listen, I'm just saying. I think it really depends. I think it really depends on the people you go out with, what kind of class they have. Because honestly, I would probably only go to Applebee with you bitches on the couch. But my other friends, I may go to City Island or Roof Chris. As
long as you bring $100, you can throw us anywhere.
We can split. We'll split the rest.
We'll figure that out. You pay $100. See, I need people like that to go out to eat with. It'll take
Oh, you putting $100?
Well,
You
bitch,
putting $100?
I think I ate more drinks.
I love it. Dinner group should put their money up front to cut the games. I'm with you, boo.
Put your money up.
I'm telling you, I have been in situations many a
How you
times
do that up front?
where I have been in situations where certain people did not, that I had to sit there and I had to come and like pay for them because they didn't want to pay. They didn't have enough. First of all, if you come into a birthday dinner,
you ain't got no money.
man, if you come to a birthday dinner, you shouldn't even be breaking. If you walking out the house with $30 for a birthday dinner, knowing that, and then when you know the ones that complain, it'd be the ones that ordered about 20 drinks. They'd be like, oh yeah.
They'd be like, ooh, can you cash it? Can you cash it?
But like I said, I just.
Oh no, you get the unbothered ones too. They get like they'll put the $20 on the thing on there, and they'll get out like, okay, that's all I'm paying.
I just feel like it's just not fair for the people. I'm speaking not even for myself, but the people who order a $20 burger genuinely because it's all they want, and then they have to pay $80 more.
You pay $80.
We turning that receipt over. We writing down everybody last 4, and we putting down how much everybody. Oh, like no, I don't think that's bad either.
I can't go.
Really?
I can't go to a group dinner with you. You ain't about to flip the receipt over.
So you
Ryan's a cheapy bitch.
So I'm very cheap.
But
that's how you keep stuff.
But what I can respect about it is that he's being honest about it. So that he's basically letting us know, bitch, I'm only Applebee's with us, okay?
No, because I feel like with y'all, I gotta get out.
Well, actually, Ryan took me out to eat before. Remember you took me to that diner or whatever?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying in general, I just feel like I'm classy too, base sometimes, but I'll get unclassy if it's going from $20 to $80. I gotta pay. In that case, like I said, let the games begin. Let me get lobster and 8 drinks too, bitch. I have y'all pay at $1,000 limit.
Since we splitting it evenly.
Right, since we splitting it evenly.
Somebody said pay your own, period.
Right, let's like a
y'all
divorce.
wear that out, so y'all going out and y'all circling the check and writing on the back and asking the waiter for the pen so that, ma'am, you got a pen so I can.
Hell, we had to force a friend to pull out money for his food. He didn't pay for it, but then come to find out he had a card. Shade where they took out the money from his card for our food, although we paid for it. I learned a long time ago there is that one who is going to order drinks in the entree and they look to you to pull out your credit card. I take cash.
What?
Well, guys, we're definitely going to come back. This was the first hour. This is the appetizer hour, guys. We'll be coming back.
With a new cut, a new color.
I want to say, would you guys have a new wardrobe when we come back?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be the next day. Just not like it's next day.
well, yes. When we bring on our other special guests, right? King David, you guys will be talking about all different type of stuff.
I look like the man from Castaway in this video. Ooh.
You guys have any questions before we log off this one? Because you guys, yes.
Tavern on the Green, what's that?
Any questions?
Restaurant in Central Park.
Mine was an after-work dinner. I honestly didn't know. I didn't drink and thought we all paid our own way. I was caught off guard with that $62. Right? Like, that's... especially in New York, like...
New York, you will get caught off guard.
New York is expensive anyway. Why are we giving all this? Why we can't... I like the little BBQs.
That pasta you can make at home, they charge you $80.
See, I like more inside stuff anyway.
You know, I could have made this shit at home.
We'll be back, guys. Before we log off, you guys want to let them know how to follow you guys?
Follow me at Mufasa, MUUFASA. That's on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat.
And you guys can follow me on Facebook at Thyhaven, THYHAVEN. Same Twitter, Instagram.